About one rena, the home, when we say Ghana, I guess Ghana, able to and this is when you have break, and people so near break, they say, Ubia, your wow, Ubia supporters head, they say, Ubia, Bibia, she can't, Ushia, don't mind, they say, Ubia has why she Ubia percent the candidate in winning, and this people say, John Doman Mahama winning, and then people so on say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia winning, to Bibia, I be jar, and to know, and something in a brem work, so I am my uncle, never video now, which near my echo.
Right now, under control, I think so we're going
bit of clarity in the line will help us, blessed. So we'll try and rectify our connection to Blessed so we can really have a clear conversation there for you from the Dom Kwabena constituency. But let's take you to the Ashanti region because we are learning the NPP has petitioned the EC to halt the collation of results in the Ejura Secretary Dumasi constituency as they call for a total recount of ballot papers from all 177 polling centers. Now, according to the legal team in a just ended press briefing, ballot papers have been tainted with pink sheets manipulated. The back and forth between the NPP and the EC officials is delaying the collation of results in that particular constituency. And our reporter on the ground, Nana Boachi Yadom, is joining us live with more. Nana, what more can you tell us?
Well, Brace, it is time for us to have the collation of results in the Ejura Secretary Dumasi constituency at the community center, which happens to be the collation center. But unfortunately, that has really delayed and is not even taking place. Just some few minutes ago, the NPP held a press conference or a press briefing to say that they are rejecting the collation or the results that are coming in. And so they would not want the EC to even continue with the collation of the results. And they are saying that ballot papers have been tainted, the pink sheets have been manipulated. For them, pink sheets that are supposed to be used for presidential aspirants have been used for parliamentary aspirants. And so they want a total recount of all the ballot papers for about 177 polling centers in the constituency. A huge number. You can see there, and it's going to really take a number of time for the EC officials to collate or recount all these ballot papers if that is supposed to be granted. But then even before, right after their press conference ended, the NDC is also having their press conference. That is what you see in your shots over there. And it's being addressed by their legal team and also the member of parliament for the Ejura constituency, the Honorable Bawumia. He's also sitting in there with his legal team. They're addressing the press. They're also saying that the allegations being leveled by against the EC by the NPP are unfounded, and they're also rejecting the recount of the ballots. If the EC intends to grant them the chance of recounting the ballot, they are not going to allow that to happen. And so it's been a moment of back and forth here at the community center, which happens to be the coalition center for the Ejura Dumasi constituency. And as I speak to you, the coalition center back here, which happens to be the main screen where the EC will project the result, seems to be black. That the projector is having nothing on it. That is because the EC is also going to decide on whether or not they would continue with the coalition of the results or not. So we are waiting for what will transpire after the press briefing from the NDC and what the EC would have to tell us, Grace.
Quite interesting there. Let's see what the EC will say. But of course, I mean, Nana spoke about the press conferences by the NPP legal team and that of the NDC with their parliamentary candidate. We can now listen to those two sounds.
Elections in Ejura, which was supposed to be free and fair, has been fraught with many errors, many mistakes, some of which the EC has admitted. They have admitted that they have made very tremendous, humongous mistakes. And these mistakes go to the core of the integrity of the elections. Because of these mistakes, NPP is unable to accept the results in Ejura. And therefore, we have petitioned the Electoral Commission through our legal team from Kumasi, who were sent here by the National Party. We have petitioned the EC that we are completely rejecting the results of Ejura Dumasi unless a recount is done for all the polling stations. Aside the clerical errors that we have identified, there were incidents of violence, incidents of ballot snatching in the areas of Sechedumase, Seko, all of which are NPP strongholds. It had to take the intervention of the military to rescue some of the ballot papers, some of the ballot boxes. And because of this, we are unable to accept anything that was contained or anything that these ballot papers contained, we believe have been tainted. And as in law, we say illegality vitiates all. And therefore, we are rejecting the entire ballot boxes. And if we are rejecting the entire ballot boxes, it means we are rejecting the results that are trickling in. Aside that, the EC called us few moments ago and told us that there were places where the NDC was given 0, while some figures were recorded for the NPP, and that these were transpositional errors. And such transpositional errors go to the core of the integrity of the figures that have been presented on the pink sheets. And we know the pink sheets are the primary records of the elections. And once the pink sheets are tainted, it means that we cannot accept the numbers on the pink sheets. There are cases where presidential pink sheets have been used to record results of parliamentary candidates. How the EC makes these errors are quite unimaginable.
The baseless allegations made by the NPP. We all know that elections are won at the polling stations. At the polling station, NDC has won soundly. They are moving from one excuse to the other. The first excuse was that one polling station, something happened. But you see, they signed all their agents. There is no exception. They signed every pink sheet that we have, that the EC has. All their agents signed it. And initially, they even wanted a recount here. But the law doesn't permit them. CI 127 states explicitly that unless that recount request is made at the polling station, it cannot be made here. This is a collation center. So they never made that request at the polling station for it to be rejected. All the pink sheets were signed by both agents. All the pink sheets were signed by them. So the fact that you have signed a pink sheet does not mean that the pink sheet is invalid because you saw an error, interpositional error. No, that is not the law. And
All right, so what you just saw there was those two press conferences from Ejra Setre Dumase. But we are going to take you back to the Dom Kwabenya because we understand there are some chaotic scenes there as we speak. So let's take you to Dom Kwabenya for you to know exactly what is happening. We'll come back here and continue what we have for you here.
Order for one share video in be a course election with annoy papa order for and I made the election year costume seminar BC our chromatic mamma will be somebody like no matter subscribe my notification bonus my commenting. Oh yes, your video seminar so my yes so funny nyina videos nya mo pe nyina nsa so bre mo informative sisi ade be dem nyina se be dem nyina si ha be san so ba mo chen bio